One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces life, the Pisces life. Two fish living in a dream. One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces life, the Pisces life, the Pisces life, the Pisces life, the Pisces life.
Oh, because there's just so much to talk about. Just in a matter of seconds, things have changed.
Listen, you hit refresh and it's a whole new world.
Certainly a new world. And we need sort of a new world. One that's COVID-free.
Amen.
One that is current occupant of the White House free.
Amen.
One that is free from the COVID 45 pounds. We would like to go back to where we were.
Amen. Amen. I had on some leggings today. I said, is these tights? Is this pair of stockings, control top? Oh, these is my regular black leggings? What the? Girl, I tell you, I got so sad. I just put on a little old dress, sis, pair of socks, and went on out the door. I'm not doing that to myself today.
Just avoid doing anything that's going to make yourself feel bad. I walk past the mirror, and normally when I walk past the mirror, it's like a slight reflection. It's like a flash, pew, you know? I walked past the mirror and then had to look back at the mirror because I was like, why is some of me still in the mirror? Where did all this come from? Oh.
I'm telling you, somebody need to be studying some things. I know the COVID stomach is something. Is COVID belly. You hear me?
Look, let me
because
tell you.
I was a muffin top. I'm a full pound cake now. Forget a muffin top. I done got the full pound cake. You hear me? Girl, I reached around the other night and I said, oh no, this little fat roll right here. Oh no. See, I had worked you off at the gym.
Yes.
Oh my God, the bra done got tight. Girl, I'm disappointed in myself. I am.
Well, this is what I've said. And this is a quote of sorts, maybe a summary from our Pisces sister, Tamar Braxton, which I understand is doing better, which is wonderful. She said on a recent episode of the Braxton Family Values that she was talking to her svelte sister, Toni Braxton. She said, this is the only time that you get to be inside and just do whatever you want to do, including be fat if that's what you want. She was like, who gonna judge you? Who gonna see you? Nobody see you but from the neck up. Girl. She was like, I'm living my best life. I'm eating all the snacks. I'm doing all the things that they said not to do. Because what am I doing it for? There ain't no tours, there ain't no concerts. And I felt that in my spirit. I'm like, why put yourself through unnecessary stress? If the food is offering you a bit of comfort, in moderation, I believe that you should indulge. I also believe that when we come up out of this, you got to be extra motivated to address those indulgentations. Now, I know that ain't a word, but it felt good.
Hello, Merriam-Webster. Could y'all add this one in?
Indulgentations, yes.
Indulgentations. Hello, Merriam-Webster.
It felt
I need
good.
that added immediately.
It felt legit. It felt legit coming out. Oh
my gosh.
That's all I'm gonna say. Speaking of pound cake, sis, we almost to Thankful Day.
Thankful Day.
Which is exciting.
It is exciting, but you know what? I thought about this talking to some family members. Sis, thank goodness, if there's anything good to come out of this pandemic and quarantine life and all of that, thank goodness for two things. Number one, folks should be, anyway, at home. And number two, it really stops you from having to turn down those invitations where the people cannot cook. It's still awkward because I don't want to hurt anyone's feeling, but baby, You know that song, what is it? Rapper's Delight. He said, and the chicken tastes like wood. I've been to that house a few Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It's not pleasant.
No, it's not pleasant at all. You have to make that your first stop, which means that you can't eat, because going where you got to go where the good food is at, you want to save the room. So you go and you be like, no, I've already eaten, which is not the truth.
Lie-ish.
And then your stomach be growling, because you know ain't nothing like that Thanksgiving growl, sis.
And everybody eating too.
Everybody eating, and your stomach like,
you've been saving your stomach. Girl, look, I done pulled back. I'm on a juice fast right now. I'm on a juice fast till thankful day. I'm on a juice fast. Ignorant like that. I'm on a juice fast. I ain't eating nothing. Oh, but come 12 midnight on thankful day, she's in the kitchen pinching off the ham. Girl, can we just talk about the menus? You know, I'm funny style about the holidays anyway, and I'm finally letting go of that hurt. I am thankful for the people who truly have invited me into their homes, who have remembered that they've invited me into their homes. That's important. I was laughing about this earlier. I said, Lord, the horrors of the holidays I have had. There was the one where I showed up and the woman's auntie said, I didn't know we was doing strays this holiday. Okay. You know what? I'm taking my biofreeze that I got you for Christmas right on back. Let your knees seize up. I'm not doing it. Not getting this biofreeze. I was gonna be nice to an old lady. You know, there was the Christmas that somebody's uncle, baby, could you get your uncle?
Oh, every family got an uncle, right?
Every family got an uncle with that sled. We ain't related. Yes, no. Everyone. Somebody in here done adopted me. I am your niece here, sir. So get your hand right on off my knee and come on off and around and up under that mistletoe. Talking about, look at it, look at here. Look at who up under the mistletoe here. I tell you, the mistletoe. Look at the mistletoe. Make a young man look at the mistletoe. If you don't get your old Social Security for the last 2 decades, you've been collecting Social Security as long as I've been alive. Get off and none of that mistletoe. Who put mistletoe out at the thankful day? I'm getting a head start. Sis, I'm done with accepting invitations with people with dogs and cats and carrying on and birds and ferrets. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Sis, I tapped out years ago. Don't you surprise me either. I get to your dinner table and then all of a sudden I notice you got a dog, cat, bird. She's not the one. I'm not polite about it. I'm downright rude, agitate. I will mess up your whole holiday behind your dog. Get your dog. And your cat. Why is your cat on your counter? Walking. Looking at stuff. Look. Tail up, booty on, pointing at the mixing bowl. No. The Zooms have been revealing. Girl. Some of y'all pet owners. Girl. Y'all ain't right. We see now. That's why we did a whole episode about the potluck, sis, remember? Oh, girl. Oh, my God. How much COVID would there be if folks could be at the workplace with these potlucks? Woo! Thank God for common sense and folks letting folks work from home. Thank you for that. Yes. Because the pandemic would be ferocious, even more ferocious. Because people are just interesting in their own homes, and then they bring these interesting things from their homes into the workspaces, and now it's a whole problem. It's a whole problem. And thank goodness, again, that we've seen the error of some of your ways. Ooh. You drinking coffee, your cat is licking your coffee spoon. Don't pretty much bring me nothing.
Don't bring. Ooh,
why do they? I just tweeted this out not too long ago. Why do they tell you these stories? I never will forget, girl. It was Halloween because these folks that I used to work with, they needed not one excuse for a potluck, not one. Somebody was always making and baking, making and baking and bringing, making, baking and bringing. So we had a special counter that just had stuff on it all the time. And it was just known if this is community food. If it's out here, girl, don't mess around and put your lunch and then run to the bathroom. Lunch gone. It's that type of situation. Girl, never will forget this woman really quick. We all sitting around here and I'm thinking the cookies was store-bought. Steak one. Because they were nicely iced. Very good job. Professional looking. As I'm about to take a bite out of what I thought was a store-bought cookie, in comes, I'll just call her Karen, because at this point, they're all Karens. Karen or Becky. Choose. She says, I had a devil of a time getting my husband and the dog from licking those. I hope I got all the ones. I think I got all the ones, that I could. Girl, sis. You see, I got one of them finicky stomachs, and the way my brain and my stomach is hooked up, the message was immediately said evacuation. I had to get up. I had to get up and release the breakfast I had at home, and also that one bite of a cookie that it ain't even down in the stomach. It's somewhere in the esophagus on its way down. Sis, I can't.
Why? First, okay, the dog, I understand. Why is your husband licking random cookies in your house?
Girl, now her excuse, you really want to know the answer? Because she provided the answer. He just gets so jealous when I take things to work that he loves. So that's his way of spoiling it.
Audience, y'all didn't see me just fall out. Y'all didn't see...
You didn't see her fall out. She back now. She back.
Your overgrown husband is jealous of you making cookies that you actually can make him a couple too. So he gonna lick with his nasty
Lick them. I said,
no, sis. Them.
I've never been the potluck type of chick. Now, when I used to work in the newsroom, I was, young and dumb, but I would eat the stuff that I bought. B, or somebody, like I had a good girlfriend, a couple of them in the newsroom that I really liked, and I knew they didn't have pets or children, and they kept a good, never suspected anything to be good. And I made sure I was clear on what they bought, and it got to the point where each of them would just make me a little separate thing to the side and be like, we put it in the fridge or whatever for you.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm hanky like that, sis. I can't with everybody's snacks and food at the house and I cannot. And if your pet is accustomed to you feeding them food, table food, they don't care who they get it from. That your dog is begging me, and I don't like that. I don't.
It's just too much pressure. I love dogs. But my dog understood what was going on. I just would have to look at my dog as soon as I head for the kitchen, and then you walking towards the kitchen. I'm like,
Fluffy, I'm going in here by myself.
Right.
Okay?
I'll be like, this ain't for me. I'm gonna go back to my dog bed because it's safe there. I don't want no problems with this lady. She is the keeper and holder of turkey bacon snacks, and I need my snacks.
So you better get to getting.
I'm gonna go sit on back down, and this ain't got nothing for me up in here. This ain't even my business. I'm going to sit down. So yeah, it's just wherever you are going for Thankful Day.
Girl,
maybe
I'm be right here.
Right, may it be in your bubble.
You mean when I go to the kitchen?
Right, may it be in your bubble. May y'all be safe, and may no stray pets have had their way with your items prior to your arrival. Amen.
Lord,
sis.
It's so much happening in the news.
The news, sis.
I don't even know if we said it, but this is the 147th episode.
This is the 147th
of the Pisces Life.
Of the Pisces Life Podcast. Y'all know.
Yes. Y'all already know. We had to get to it. Girl, back to this news. First of all, I need to stay out the shade room. I need to stay out. I need to stay out. The news is clearly at a Rachetocity.
See?
It's happening to me too.
It's happening.
It's happening to me too.
Ratchetocity. I like it.
It's just
I gotta write that down.
It's too much. This is too much. First of all, the Birkin bag heads, as I now refer to them.
Oh boy.
The Birkin bag heads stay in the news. And sis, I don't care about any of it. I don't care who Regina Carter likes. I don't care. I don't care.
Apparently,
I don't care.
Apparently, that's a thing, if of sorts, maybe.
I don't care. I don't care that the internet or the shade room had a lot to say about Quavo might be cheap. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
It was just only three years ago that I actually understood that the Migos was not a Latino rapper. I had no idea it was three of them. I was like, what this not? I thought it was like a Latino phenomenon that was like, you know,
the new Menudo, the black Menudo,
the black Menudos,
girl,
or something.
I still don't quite get. I don't know if they're actually Afro-Latino people. I don't know. I don't know if they've adopted this persona because one of them from New Orleans, ain't he? I don't know. I don't know anything about any of this. I don't know. I know on the flip side of all of this, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Sis, I don't care how many Fashion Nova outfits. No, excuse me, they don't even call them outfits. They just call them fits. I don't care how many Fashion Nova big booty fits. Maybe it's because I have a big booty of my own. I don't care to see anybody else's booty. I don't care to see it. I don't care. I don't care if Fabulous and Emily stay together until he knocks all her teeth out. I don't care. I don't care how many babies they continue to have, for God only knows why. Sis, you could not A, embarrass me in these streets. B, you definitely not knocking not nan tooth out of this here mouth. And I lay down with you again, sir. Absolutely not me. I don't care.
Instagram will get you in a space where you're like, why is this in my discovery feed? Who created the algorithm that thought that this was something that I was going to be interested in? Yes, I saw this week as well that Emily and Fabulous were expecting, and I just pray her safety.
She done had the baby now, child.
Oh, did she?
Oh, it was one of them. Oh, now you know she wasn't going. She didn't want 9 whole months of folks dragging her. The 2 weeks. She just announced she was pregnant and here the baby now.
Oh, okay. Kind of one of those like an Instagram press release. Oh, like, girl. You know, see my stomach and then tomorrow you got a whole little baby.
Summer Walker, London on the track. I don't care.
It's just so much. It is like so much. But what I think we're seeing, sis, especially in COVID, is people's coping mechanisms, which are kind of unhealthy, kind of unhelpful.
That part.
Kind of undoing of one's checking account because you're spending a lot of money on products and things that you cannot afford. But people got to figure out a way to get through, you know? And I just have tried to really craft what I see in my content in a way that it manages itself to not be so heavy or too ridiculous. Because sometimes the ridiculous just kind of sneaks in there. And you're like, why? Why are we talking about this? Something I did come across last night before I went to sleep on Instagram. And I think it was the Shade Room. It was the top, I think 5 songs, R&B.
I saw that it was the Shade Room. See, that's what I mean, sis. That's what I mean.
Top 5 R&B's break up with a girl songs
right.
or something. And I got my tickle on.
The most cutthroat male R&B songs of all time was what it was.
Okay, yes.
Yep.
And that you're nothing but a lie, a cheat. A heartbreaker. I won't get you back in my life, so I'm taking the house, the car.
He wanted all of it.
He wanted the dog. I want it all.
The kitchen sink, you owe me.
Oh, I got my little tickle out. I was like, a lot of that music, was from the 90s and 2000s.
Yes.
And so I was like, we really don't have a good R&B space like we used to have. Like,
no.
I was just watching the New Edition. A New Edition Spirit had entered our house over the weekend. And
I love New Edition.
I love New Edition so much.
I love New Edition.
And so we just started watching all the videos because we was just like, this is such a good song. And we were like, who are the groups? Like, I can't call a name. And I told my husband, I said, we are the auntie and uncles, baby.
Here we are.
We listen to New Edition.
Here we are.
They're part of our cultural space.
I was walking Troop earlier.
Yes.
Why you cheating on me? Why you, girl? And I had it up loud, sis, with my mask on.
Yes.
Getting it, baby.
Yes.
First, see, you talking about people being aunties and uncles. Let me tell you something about this Shade Room. They did Jim Jones so wrong. They did Jim Jones so wrong the other night.
You talking about Jim Jones and Chrissy?
We talking about Chris's Jim Jones.
Oh, boy.
They did Jim Jones. We know, but they did him so wrong. Bullet. No, you wasn't. Not according to the Shade Room, sis.
Oh, no. What the Shade Room?
The Shade Room got him so good. He came in the Shade Room himself under his own post and said, LOL, take me down off here, please. LOL with the smiley face. That's how I read it, sis. There was some begging and tone in his. I don't know where Jim Jones is, but he's perched up on his tippy toes, with the pinky toe up in there. Perched up on some rocks, looking, hands all folded, jewelry all iced out, tattoos out. Baby, when I tell you, the Shade Room, I never want to be in the Shade Room as long as I live, because nothing good will come. They gonna get you. If you've been in the Shade Room and it's a nice little, hey, look at this, that's so good. They're coming back for you. Baby, when I tell you, they said, roommates, Jim Jones giving y'all a little sneak peek of what he's working with. Call them TSR Zaddies with a Z. I don't know. When I tell you this internet, I hate the internet. One of the sisters gonna say, y'all just calling everybody Zaddy. I can't stand the internet.
Everybody's a zaddy according to them if you got a little bit of gray hair.
And then somebody gonna say he's working with shoulders only. I don't like people. Somebody also said that he looked as though he was waiting to open up his taco stand at the beach. I don't like people. I'm not the Shade Room. They are basically the Shade Stadium at this point. They ain't even the Shade Room. They the Shade Stadium. Baby, they set him out so nice. And he said, please take me down.
Just don't do me. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
The Shade Room is good for some information you didn't know you needed. Like apparently Monique is being raised by her husband. That's why she calls him daddy. We didn't need to know that from Miss Tamar Braxton's unscripted podcast. At this point, who the hell does not have a podcast? We need to start that list.
Everyone has a podcast, and that's everybody gotta like figure it out and share their words and such. And there's an audience for it all or not. But shout out to all of the podcasters who are just out here creating good content, helping people get through this pandemic with laughs and information and sharing. Like, the space is therapeutic and cathartic for many, and we are hopeful for those who are listening to our show that that we appreciate you, and we're thankful for you for tuning in, for sharing the show. We see the numbers, so we know that our listenership is going up, and we appreciate how y'all are rocking with us. And if you want to hear more, you want us to talk about some things, you know where to find us: on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on the Instagram.
Yep.
We probably ain't gonna get on TikTok though, because
girl, I'm not ticking and talking.
We don't know how to use it because we aunties. But
we aunties.
If we do make our way there, because we got some interns coming, then you might see us on TikTok.
I love interns.
Yes, we do. We appreciate the young thought leaders of the world working with us in many capacities.
They gonna keep us young, girl.
For sure.
Because I tell you, I can't. I miss the AMAs. Are we? Oh. Did you just outro us? Was we done?
Oh, no. I just was, letting people know. Look, in the middle of the show.
Wait a minute. That's usually our cue to go. I'm like, look. Okay, this is. Did you see the AMAs?
First of all, I didn't even know there was an AMAs.
Girl.
So I was like, my husband said Belle Biv DeVoe performed at the AMAs.
Girl, mad I missed it. I didn't hear nothing about it.
Didn't me neither.
Saw it in the shade room.
See, this is why the shade room is popular. They got the posts.
Girl,
they got the posts.
And I follow New Edition and Ronnie DeVoe and Mike Bivens. Now that I think about it, on my Instagram, I saw nothing about it. Nothing. Okay.
I think people are still disconnected because we are still waiting for the president of these here United States, the elect, and the vice president elect to actually get on with what they got to do and stop all this other foolishness that's happening on behalf of the administration that's currently occupying the address. I think people are just kind of over it and under it and all of the above. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's hard for people to focus. It's been hard for me to, like, pull it together this week, too. Because every time I look at the Twitter or I look at the CNN or whatever, just the shenanigans is just too much. I'm like, the numbers are creeping back up. Coronavirus, people are being locked back down. The shelves are going back, bare. Toilet paper yet and paper towels yet again. Limit one per purchase and all of that. I'm just fearful about what's to come. Just very concerned that we haven't gotten our president on his right path at this point. Correct. There's a lot to do in the transition. I've served on many transitions for several elected officials here in Chicago, too. And it's a lot to do to get a candidate ready to get into their office.
It's a lot to do to get them prepared in office because there's a lot of things that need to happen in a certain order, one. Yeah. Two, there's a lot of things that need to happen in terms of people accepting their positions and ending their appointments. You've got to get, most people because you know the man who shall remain nameless.
Mhm.
Most people, when you transition into the government, you have all the clearances and all of that stuff ready and done. So when you start January 20th, you are ready to assume that office. It's not that you start all of that. So you've got all of those things that need to go in. Something else that at the time of this podcast, we do want to let you know the current breaking news. By the time you hear this, GSA Emily Murphy. I'm not going to tell you what I'd call her in private. I'm going to put it in the chat, though. Put it right on in this chat right here. I'm going to put it in the chat. But Lil Miss Thang Thang, she has signed the funds for the transition.
Finally. Yes. And the letter, the gall of the letter. I sent you a tweet because I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, if you are responsible for releasing the funds,
okay,
don't you just be like, dear President-elect, whoever,
Biden,
here go your funds. catch me at the water cooler for the pen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like she declared her own... And because I have served I was
wait, sis, here you go. Dear Mr. Biden, as the administrator of the U.S. General Services Administration, I have the ability. See, this is where the tone changes for me. I have the ability under the Presidential Transition Act of 1963 as amended to make certain post-election resources and services available to assist in the event of a presidential transition. In the event of... Next paragraph, which was unnecessary. I have dedicated much of my adult life to public service, and I have always strived to do what is right. First of all, Emily, you lying. We have court transcripts where you have approved of or turned a blind eye or shut your mouth, but you provided alcohol on the taxpayer's dollar in the federal people's house so folks could have sex up on the rooftop. It's been documented, boo. But go off. Please know that I came to my decision independently based on the law and available facts. Another lie, because if you had come to this decision independently and based on the law of the available facts, we would not be talking about this election. I mean, at this point, sis, it's dang near a month later, and we're still arguing about the situation. Then she said, oh, this was the part where she got killed. To be clear, I did not receive any direction to delay my determination. Translation, it's all on you then, boo. That's where we was pointing the finger.
Correct.
And then she comes back with this because, she's killed. I did, however, receive threats online, by phone, and by mail directed at my safety, my family, my staff, and even my pets in an effort to coerce me into making this determination prematurely. Even in the face of thousands of threats, because Karen's crying by now.
Exactly.
Even in the face of thousands of threats, I always remain committed to upholding the law.
Right. You gotta get that laugh.
This is what gets me. Contrary to media reports and insinuations, my decision was not made out of fear or favoritism. Instead, I strongly believe that the statute requires that the GSA administrator ascertain, not impose, the apparent president-elect. Unfortunately, this is where she tunes back into Karen. Unfortunately, the statute provides no procedures or standards for this process. So I look to precedents from prior elections involving legal challenges and incomplete counts. I need you to back all the way out this letter, Emily. Because see, now this is when you get in your whiteness and your powerness and you do too much. First of all, this is unprecedented. No other fool has ever challenged and been thrown out of every court, by the way.
Please note that.
At this point, Joe Biden done won this same election 6 times this week.
At least 7 times. I read in an article that one of Trump's lawyers, as part of the defense, stated that his vote himself, the one that he casted with his wife, also her vote, should be thrown out and unconstitutional because voting absentee should be illegal. This is what the challenge is. So you just grasping at straws. Y'all didn't let Rudy Giuliani, who ain't seen no parts of the prosecutorial bench in years,
since we've been on this earth,
with his just for me and not running down his face and sweating. Y'all done trusted him to lead up. He the leader of your legal defense. He the one back there strategizing with you, Trump. Like, look at Trump. Trump, look, Trump. We can still win this. We can win this.
Girl.
Stop it, everybody. If that wasn't the most biased letter, which is why it's like, I would like to see the previous GSA letters. Because there was a whole bunch of I's and me's up in there. I and me and attacking me and I and me. Girl, all you had to say was, in light of review and the end of the legal challenges, we are releasing the funds to President-elect Biden. Bam, that's all. That was one sentence.
That's it.
One sentence. All this, we don't care nothing about. I am sorry the people was threatening you, but the people was threatening you because you was threatening democracy.
Ooh,
and
that right there. Pause, hold, let it marinate. Say it louder for the people in the back.
I am sorry that people was threatening you. But you was threatening democracy. So was we supposed to just sit by idly and allow you to do whatever you want to do? You not going to give the man his funds. You know he need the funds because he got to bring the people on board. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, she doing her job now, sis. Boom. And we thank you. And that's all I'm going to say about it too, Emily. I'm not going to be up here giving you your world tour of woe is me. I can't with these tears. I cannot. I am sorry as well that people have cut a fool on you. I am, but you cut a fool first. And it was an unnecessary fool you cut.
Unnecessary. And she probably got her pets on top of her kitchen counter too.
She's the type. That's the type. She the type that let her pets get up in the bed and snuggle up next to that neck. She's the type that gets the plural. They gets in one of, it's just
a lot. It's just too much.
It's too much. And I'm not going to go there. I typed in what I call it though. Somebody gave that word.
Yes.
It ain't a lie. It ain't a lie.
It's not.
It's not. But I'm not going to do that because I have been, and if we in this during it all, quarantine a few more months, I'm going to need to be back on somebody's routine. I lost a lot of weight just dancing in the basement. I don't want to go downstairs. I just want to stay right here in this bed, right here. This is the best place for me to be. Best place.
The best place. Well, sis, all I have to say about this is we're going to have to get together for our post-election Kiki, the cabinet choices, because I would like to talk about some of the folks that, has been appointed. And, we want to make sure that people understand who these people are and who we need to watch out for. Because let's just be clear. They say Biden is the moderate Democrat, which means he's a little more friendly with some folks that maybe not as friendly to us. So we got.
And I know the folks.
We got to watch it and we got to talk about it, sis. We got.
I can't wait.
About it.
And I want you to bring that conversation because I want you to talk about what life was like in that moment. Because I know we know who we talking about. So y'all just tune in next time. Girl, we done covered it all.
So
did we cover it? Oh,
we had covered it all, sis. But I got one more thing.
Please come with it, please.
I got one more thing to talk about.
What?
Sis.
What?
Can we just finally talk about the Fresh Prince reunion and how beautiful that was? It just was so, it was like watching a Christmas movie. Y'all know how you watch your favorite Christmas movie and it make you feel good and, you know, familiar like.
Yes.
It was amazing. I loved it. I love that they brought back the dear sister that
Original Aunt Viv.
Janet Hubert, that and her sharing her side of the story.
Oh my God.
And it just gave so much credence to that. You never really know what people are going through. People make a lot of assumptions when you show up with your strong face on, and they don't know the journey, the road, the hills that you had to climb to get there. And the fact that on 30 years, it took almost 30 years for this to happen. And I am so happy that they were able to not only reunite, but I am hoping that she gets some work. I hope she get a lot of work. I want to see her everywhere.
I really hope that he opens up that door. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I did shade the heck out of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett when they was doing that whole entanglement thing. We had a couple of good laughs. But I will say to him, as if, you know, he gonna call me or whatever, I would say to him, that was maturity. That was accountability. That was restorative, not only for her, you, and the semblance of my childhood with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But it was also restorative as a Black woman. I love, and to her, to Janet Hubert, Aunt Viv, always the original Aunt Viv. And no shade to Daphne Reed Lewis. I love her too. But to Janet Hubert, I say this to you, sweetheart. You articulated what so many Black women feel, think, experience, have been through. I don't think, and in that moment, I hope other people will hear this. You don't know how that one brush of the stroke, difficult to work with, angry, confrontative, aggressive.
Know it all.
Know it all. The day you take accountability for that, that set her free, but it also was freeing for her. That woman had been wanting to say that for a long time. Her tears were not angry tears. Her tears were, thank you. I needed you to understand. When I saw him in clips later, because he sat himself down at the red table talk, and I saw him, there was a genuine hurt in the realization that one moment, his insecurity, I love how he tracked around the trauma. I didn't know that he came from a household where the daddy was always cutting up. I didn't know that. I know that there's a whole bunch of them Smiths. Did never see him. You never see his parents. I'm proud of that moment for us, for the culture. That was a healing moment.
It was good.
And I hope she works too. I hope she works too.
Absolutely.
Girl, and I know we said one more thing, but we could not get up off of here. Did you happen to see Versus with Jeezy and Gucci Mane?
First of all, sis.
Girl. Sis?
I hit it by accident, not because I was looking for it. I was scrolling, and my hand was heavy, and my thumb, and it hit it, and it showed up. But it looked like they were about to have a fight. I was like, oh, is this This a new part of verses. It's called dueling. Y'all fight, dueling fists. Y'all, it was too much aggression. And I was like, oh, this is not for me. Oh no, this, I look, that's what sent us down the New Edition track. I asked my husband, I said, do you know any songs? And he was like, do you? I was like, I had called the song, child. It was the wrong artist. It wasn't even him. I was like, I think they got a song about, cream on the outside, cream on the inside. It's about a car. And I looked it up, and that was not neither one of them. I said, in a true auntie moment, because that's what aunties do. Aunties gonna give you the wrong song with the wrong artist and put it on somebody else and swear. Be like, that's what it is. That's old Jeezy Gooch, you know.
Not old Jeezy Gooch. Old Jeezy Gooch.
That's Gucci G. You know him. That's Margaret's son, Gucci G. He from Decatur or something. Be like, what?
Girl.
What's going on?
First of all, sis, I'm in the house by myself and I'm nervous as hell thinking somebody gonna shoot. Them doggone trigger shot bam, 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 after every song and in between. That is triggering. I just can't. Sis, they never did hit on nothing that made. One time Jeezy had, and I said, oh, that, nope, I don't know that song after. Gucci hit one note. Oh, shoot. I say. I see. Nope, that wasn't icy. I was thinking that. It was not a moment for the aunties.
It was not the
It was not a moment for the aunties. I think it was Lovey or April. One of them that I follow, April Rain, said, I miss Teddy Riley at the verses with the equipment not working. The energy was thick at the house. If you need a good laugh, sis, all you got to do is type in #versus nervous. #versus the word nervous. Baby, the internet was undefeated.
Because all they talked about was like violence and whatever. And I was just like, I just couldn't relate in a lot of ways. And it made me sad for him though. Yeah. Because I'm like, if this is how y'all grew up and how y'all got, into rap and got discovered and whatever that pathway was, I'm like, wow. Because they, I think they're collectively 22 million between the two of them is what they're worth. And I'm like, that's a blessing in itself to be able to come from such a difficult lifestyle into something that's a little bit more easy and a little bit more safe. Although they both look like they was 2 seconds to saying, girl, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let the pea coat with fur collar fool you.
Girl, wait a minute. There were 3 distinct moments when I said to myself, they didn't pat nobody down. It's gonna be on and popping. Security probably laid off due to the pandemic. We about to watch a real live situation right here on this verses. Baby, when Gucci said, come out with something made from nothing to it. I got nothing but current hits. Sir. But did you start it off with a fresh new diss rap, though? You opened up your set with verses with a brand new diss.
You just was at home, just writing diss records?
Just like, soon as he announced it.
He like, oh snap, I've been holding on to this one for a minute.
And then the third time I got nervous, and I mean, I got to the kitchen, sis, and got me a little something in case I needed to shank somebody. I got to the kitchen. When Gucci came up out the coat, I said, here it go. Here it go. You should have saw me texting my little cousin. This they music, Right. They still in their 30s. Ooh, look at Moochie. Moochie go getting ready to get it. Moochie getting ready to get that gat. He getting it. He about to shoot. Moochie Maine getting ready to get somebody. He getting them. He getting ready to get the, what did I call Jeezy? The black snowman. He getting ready to get the black snowman.
Right.
Get him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. He said, I'm Isaac. This outfit, $10,000. $10,000. Baby, you spent $10,000 on that.
It was a lot, sis, and
girl,
and I'm glad it's over because we weren't gonna be able to have this in Christmas season. Like this, it was too violent. It was too much. I don't know who coming up in verses. Let it be the Battle of the Christmas songs or something. You know what I'm saying?
Some instrumental. Let me
right.
Get Yanni out here with that violin, the blind man or something.
Right, Yo-Yo Ma. Get this all peaceful.
It's time to hear Leontine Price, a memorial selection, 40 versus memorial. It's time. It is time to roll that. I think a versus memorial would be nice.
Oh, I think that would be really sweet. And maybe have the two noteworthy DJs doing like a Donnie Simpson.
I don't know, because the DJs with Yeezy and Moochie Maine was upset. They was the ones instigating.
I'm talking about like a host, like a Donnie Simpson to introduce the songs.
I could do a Donnie Simpson.
Like, like we can, and it'd be the verses of them. Like, if our dear Herb Kent over here, the cool gent, in Chicago was still with us, he would have been perfect for something like that. He actually used to do a verses of his own. There was a DJ here on our like old school station. His name was Herb Kent, a well-known DJ.
I've heard that name.
He used to on Sunday evenings do the battles. He would be like Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Isley Brothers. Who you got? And then people would call in and talk about it. So he used to do that. He did that for years and years and years. He did and it only was on Sunday, the Sunday afternoon battle. So something like that, I think would be good to introduce some of the songs from, maybe folks that have passed along, I think it would be really good. But maybe people would feel like that wouldn't be in good taste, for two passed on people to be battling against each other, like but it could be a celebration of music, just a celebration of their lives and good music.
As long as they don't make a versus hologram, I'm fine, because I don't like the hologram situation. I don't like it.
I don't want to see damn hologram.
And we went from the aunties, Auntie Gladys and Auntie Patty, to Jeezy and this Gucci here, and I said, oh my. And he done went Gucci Mane, 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 Gucci Mane. I said, you know what? Y'all don't want much from music these days.
You just
don't want much.
You got
body yada 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 body yada yada body yada 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 body yada yada.
Grunt and repeat. That's all you gotta do.
And twerk in between now.
And with a little side twerk. Shout out to what's the little baby name? It's Gray's World. This little baby on Instagram. She be doing all her little TikTok videos. She's so cute, and all the little parts where they be twerking, she do a little, a little girl twerk, and it'd be so funny because you could tell her mama done told her.
You better not do that part.
You better not do that part. So she do a little parts. She also did a little Aunt Viv dance.
I did see that. Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, she's a cutie pie. All right, sis girl. We didn't talk our stuff. This was a girlfriend chit chat. It was so good to catch up and laugh. I got my tickled on. I got to go make dinner. I got to go make dinner for these boys. Act like they ain't gonna be able to make it, child.
What you cooking?
I had made some cheeseburger macaroni yesterday with some green beans and some croissant rolls. And so now there's not enough of the cheeseburger macaroni for a full meal. So I'm going to now serve it as a side and just gonna grill some steaks real quick in the pan and eat the rest of the green beans. So light dinner tonight, but dinner nonetheless.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hey, it all works. Guess what I'm having?
What are you having?
Air.
Air.
Yum. I ain't cooking nothing. I'm tired of cooking. I'm cooked out.
I understand. Well, especially with holiday coming up. I'm cooking just light.
I done scored me some dressing, sis, so I'm straight. I don't want you to have to FedEx.
Because, wait.
Dry ice.
I've been thinking about it, sis, because...
Me too.
that dressing go hard, boo. That dressing go hard.
Listen, now, if you got some leftovers...
Just go ahead.
I can meet you around 94, something,
Send it on to you. Yes, sis.
I'm gonna miss you, girl. You have a good holiday. Enjoy yourself.
You do the same, sis. I'll be in touch with you. You know how we do, because I'm sure somebody gonna do something crazy on Thanksgiving that we gonna have to just kiki about in the text. Just may not make the episode, but just gotta talk about it.
One day we should do a podcast of nothing but our texts back and forth for the week.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing.
I know the audience would be like, oh, wow, we're here now with y'all?
Right. This is what we're doing? Okay.
Hilarious.
Well, this has been yet another edition of the Pisces Life. We're, again, thankful for you and for your time and for your attention and for sharing. And we want you to continue to ride with us. Share this podcast with your friends, with your family. If you're going to be with them on Thanksgiving, go ahead. Y'all can just pop in the episode while y'all playing dominoes or something.
Hey.
It's that type of vibe over here at the Pisces Life. If y'all have questions or suggestions or comments, y'all can send that to thepisceslife@gmail.com. We are on Twitter at Pisces Podcast, 2 words. We're also on Instagram and the Facebook as the Pisces Life. Sis, they're looking for you. Where can they find you?
They can find me in a post-thankful day hangover. At IamJust. Twitter fingers Letitia, apparently not on display. IamJust. Letitia, Letitia, everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, and the Instagram. And sis, forgive me, please, because I done got sleepy up over here. The sun done set. Somebody said that this daylight saving time came with melatonin, NyQuil, and a knockout. Something ain't right.
This dark is a different type of dark, sis.
It's a different type of dark. Where can they find you, sis, shining your bright light, though?
Yes. Try not to put too much light on them bananas, because they got 2 more days before they make it in that banana pudding. You see what I'm saying? We don't want no overripe bananas. Y'all can find me on the Twitter at KaiLoveYou, KaiLoveYou, and I'm also on Instagram. Just add a 2 to that, KaiLoveYou 2. We are out of here, y'all. Peace. Happy Thankful Day.
Happy Thankful Day. Yay.
2 fish living in a dream. One swimming up, one swimming downstream.